Alexander Verbeek is an environmentalist. He joins me now from New York. Alexander, good to have you on the programme. The number of people who don't have access to clean water and sanitation is alarming. The number one water issue in low-income countries is untreated wastewater. But the clean water is not evenly distributed across the globe. How can we fix that?
Well, in many ways we can fix it. One way to treat it is see it as a common good. Everybody in the world needs water. I mean, individuals need it, companies need it, we need it for agriculture. So you need more coherent and more wise policies. And that means how you deal with water between countries, because often countries use water that originated in another country or is flowing through their country, or they're at the end before it enters the sea. It also means that within a country, some poor people that have no access to water, you should help them, you should subsidize them. And at the same time, when you look at subsidies on water, we give so many subsidies worldwide that are absolutely bad for water use. If we subsidize too much water for agriculture and we just waste it, as we used to say, I'm a Dutchman in the Netherlands, you can waste money like water. That is an old saying from the past. We have to be careful with how we use water. So if you use it better on the one place, you have more water to use it somewhere else. Because after all, we're living in a world where billionaires can fly into space just for fun. Whereas at the same time, before this little item that I'm on TRT now is over, there have probably already 2 children died every 2.5 minutes. A child below the age of 5 dies in the world completely unnecessary from diarrhea, which is caused by unsafe water conditions and bad hygiene and sanitation. And we can solve this if we work together. This is a solvable crisis, but it needs good cooperation, and therefore the governments of Netherlands and Tajikistan, together with the United Nations, got everybody in the world together to work on this issue. And we shouldn't do it once in the 50 years. We should do that much more often, because much more is needed, because it's a number of crises that are impacting each other and they're all getting worse.
Shocking statistics. I mean, what does need to come out of this UN conference to make it a success and reach its 2030 clean water goal for all?
Well, first of all, we need to step up our efforts. Maybe I misspoke a little bit saying that everything gets worse. There is actually progress. I mean, there's, for instance, progress on more people getting access to sanitation, but that progress is too slow. We need to do about 4 times as much as we are doing now. And in many other places, it is actually getting worse. It's often related to the climate crisis. It is related to energy. It's related to other issues like equality or women's rights. So we have to take an holistic approach, look at all of these issues. If we, for instance, would solve climate change, we would solve a lot of the water problems. But it also works the other way around. If you take good care of water, for instance, wetlands, then you can capture a lot of carbon that otherwise would end up in the atmosphere and make the climate change worse. So there's a lot of these interrelated cycles that we all have to tackle together. So it means more clever pricing policies. It means much better cooperation. It means also that you take care of the most vulnerable people in the world, because we promised that we would leave no one behind. We're actually leaving a lot of people behind. And at the same time, we can create a lot of efficiencies if we would work better in the relationship between governments and business and the whole society. So it is complex, but this is not rocket science. I mean, this is solvable. It's a question of political will and getting everybody on board to solve this problem.
Alexander Verbeek, thank you.